Good evening, everybody. This is Elaine Nieberding, hanging out from Bel Air, Maryland. You've heard me say this before, but I'll say it again. I spell Maryland M-E-R-R-Y-L-A-N-D, Maryland. Our state of joy, our state of peace, our state of balance is a chosen one. At any moment, we can notice when we're a little off kilter, and we can decide to get back into balance, back into joy, back into merry. And so tonight, this program is called Laughter Care Connections. And we're going to do a little bit just explaining what laughter yoga is, talk about the wonderful human connection that can happen, the deepening human connection that can happen as people laugh together, this universal human language that laughter is. We're going to do a little laughter yoga. I'm going to introduce laughter yoga. Toward the end of the program, I'm going to let you know about this weekend. It's World Laughter Day on Sunday, May 4th, and there are some special events that you may want to tune into. In fact, I would love, once you hear about it, to spread all the news to your friends, family, coworkers, everywhere. Because, as I say, laughter is the best medicine. Right now, I would like to greet my two friends, my two folks that have decided to join me on this hangout to laugh along with me. And one is Tracy Baker. Tracy, tell us where you're hanging out from.
Hi, Tracy Baker. I'm sitting in my living room in Taos, New Mexico. We had a spectacular day watching babies drop, is what we call it when cows have kids, and or calves. They don't have kids; they have calves. But it's baby drop-in season here on the ranch. So I've been laughing all day watching these moms give birth. It's been a fantastic afternoon.
Wow. Well, you know, maybe we'll have to make up some laughter yoga exercises about cows dropping. Do you happen to have in earbuds? I'm hearing a little bit of an echo and just wanted to check on that.
Yes, ma'am.
That would be great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, and now moving on over to Susan Rose. Susan, hello. You were with me a couple weeks ago, getting to do some laughing. And guess what? I have a new computer, so we're not likely to have any more power failures. To that I say, very good, very good. Hey!
Are you in a Windows 8 learning curve?
Yeah, it's a whole new world. Anyway, Susan, tell us where you're hanging out from.
I'm hanging out from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and in my kitchen slash computer office, and all is well.
And it's your...
It's dark. You see how dark it is? I'm looking at Taos. It looks like it's still light.
Yeah, it's the Knotty Pine room. I love it. It's nostalgia for me seeing the Knotty Pine in there. Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much, Susan, for joining us.
Okay.
Okay, and I see Tracy's back. Okay, so what is laughter yoga? Laughter yoga is this unique concept that says anybody can laugh for no reason without using jokes, humor, or comedy. We get together. We have people getting together. If we're live with each other, we make eye contact. Well, if you're watching on a screen, you just want to follow along, you know? I'm going to be looking into this, little blue light in my camera and looking at you, imagining you as best as I can. Make eye contact here because I'm trying to let my authentic self come forth here. This is kind of my element, being on screen. Ha, ha, ha. Anyway, so we make eye contact. We open the door to that little willingness to be a little playful. And what we're going to do, what we're inviting you to do, is to follow along with some practice laughter exercises. We could call this intentional laughter, sustained laughter, and even fake it till you make it laughter. You may have circumstances in your life where you feel like, I don't have anything to laugh about. That's conditioned laughter, where we're linking laughing with something that we believe is funny. But in laughter yoga, laughter meditation, laughter wellness, The practices go by different names depending on who's doing the presentation. The idea is we link laughter to everything and anything. And therefore, we kind of call it unconditional laughter. I like to think of it as kind of the sister or the cousin of unconditional love. Susan, have you ever heard me use that word before, unconditional laughter? What does that make you think of when you hear those words?
Babies. I think about the first time a baby laughs and everybody laughs along with the baby and there's no joke being told. It's just spontaneous joy and that unconditional love of the baby and the parents. That's that's what comes to my mind when you say unconditional laughter.
Thank you so much for saying that, Susan. That was the perfect segue into letting you know. Yeah, babies start laughing about 2 months old on their own. And interestingly, some studies have shown that if babies are blind, they can't see people laughing, family members laughing, they laugh. If they're deaf, if they are hearing impaired, they still laugh. It just emerges naturally on their own. And when we think about childhood for most human children, it is a time where joy and playfulness emerges more spontaneously. But then as we get older, our laughter becomes more conditioned to things that our culture teaches us, that our society teaches us, that our parents teach us, that our environments teach us. But the truth is, this natural laughter, this joy state, is a really very natural way of being. And so when we explore laughter yoga, it is kind of about returning to this more natural state and just doing the physical activity of laughing and linking with anything. So, Tracy, I'm going to pose the same question of you. You know, before you met me, which was just within the last couple months, had you ever heard of the word unconditional laughter? And what does that kind of elicit or mean to you? Or what do you think it might mean?
No. Before I met you a couple of months ago, I had never heard of unconditional laughter. I had never even heard of laughter yoga, which I love and have been doing some research on. But I think unconditional laughter means to me to be able to, in the face of adversity, go to a place of joy and really stop yourself and be able to change the mood and change the moment. If we think about the word unconditional, no matter what's going on, you can always find a place to laugh. And sometimes, you know, Tony Robbins says break the mood by making a funny sound or a strange noise, or you know, the old snap things where you try to change a bad habit and you snapped your wrist with the rubber band. Why don't we snap our wrist with laughter? If things are getting bad, just take a deep guttural laugh and put a smile on your face. So that's what unconditional laughter means and is bringing up for me.
Yeah, thank you. Those are wonderful comments. And Tracy, I want to just acknowledge that on Google Plus, you have a health-oriented community. So you have many people gathered sharing, conversing, sharing resources about many, I'll say, whole person oriented approaches to healthcare. Can you just tell us the name of your community? Because there are a lot of people watching on Google Plus, and you know, your community is a great place to hang out. Tell us a little bit about it.
Thanks. The community is called Healthy You. We explore, when I first built it, it was mind, body, and spirit, because I think all of those elements go into the full package of health. And we have gotten some amazing members who have brought art into it, who have brought Healthy Planet into it. Last year at the beginning of the summer, there was a lot of really good posts about going to the farmers market, and that really started expanding that Healthy Planet category. So it's a place where health is more than just vegetables. Health is more than just running on a treadmill. Health is the full package of mind, body, spirit, and planet. And we just post and share and comment. And somebody asked a question the other day, and the whole room jumped on and helped her with her question. And it's just a place for, like you said, to share information, to share resources, and to really explore your path to wherever you're at, from putting down the pizza and picking up a carrot to turning off the TV and going to a museum. It's the whole package of health, and we just have a ball. I'm pretty proud. We crossed a milestone last week. We got into the 4 digits, so we have over 1,000 members, and it's becoming more and more active, and it's just fantastic. And Healthy You shows start May 7th, so
great.
We'll be doing these, yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm really thrilled to meet you. And when I think about health, it's really all about the experience of relationships. And so while I call this program Laughter, Care, Connections, it's all about our experience of relationship, like our own state of consciousness with ourself, our inner connection, our connection with our families, our connection with our communities, our connection with our environments, our connection and relationship with our habits, sometimes that feel like they aren't working anymore and we're ready to open to something new. And so in not long from now, we are going to start doing some laughter yoga so that people can experience the shift that occurs in the body that then opens them up to experience these relationships in a more balanced, connected, open, and even joyful way. And I want to shift back now to my friend Susan Rose. Susan and I have in common that we are both holistic nurses. And as I like to joke, and you'll probably hear me say this often, and if it gets tired, too bad, ha 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 ha. But we are not just holistic nurses, we are holistic nurses now. So Susan, tell us just a little bit about what you do.
Well, I'm basically retired from my day job as a nurse, but I teach nursing informatics at Penn State branch near Pittsburgh. And that's good. That's only in the fall, though. So I have a lot of time to explore creative things. And one of the things I do is I teach social media classes to people that are just trying to get their website up or their Facebook page up or things like that. And I usually teach people that have a nonprofit or that have a message to get out that would better the world. So, I'm not just, although mufflers are pretty important too, it's not Joe's Muffler Shop that I'm helping with their social media. It's people that really would make the general locality around here a more blissful place. So I help connect the dots in that regard. And I have a class coming up here at the local library where I'm teaching people. I teach people over at my house. And I'm also going to be giving a 4-hour workshop at the American Holistic Nurses Association pre-conference on getting your message out with social media. So that, I feel, is a spiritual calling, actually. It's actually training for mental telepathy. But since we haven't quite gotten to mental telepathy where thoughts and feelings are instantly communicated, then the next best thing is the instant messaging, what we're doing here today, and any kind of social media where you're sharing your life with other people. And really the basis for understanding and peace, the basis for love and peace is understanding, and connecting the dots with communication is where it's at. The other thing I do is I have
Susan,
a website.
Susan,
Yes?
I tell you what, at the end of the program,
Mm-hmm.
we'll reconnect back to that.
Okay.
It's occurring to me, I want to get into the laughter yoga soon enough in the program so the people who tuned in to do some real laughing are saying, when is the laughter yoga going to start?
Okay.
Anyway, so I want to do that, and pardon my cutting you off.
That's fine.
Moving right along, because this is what we have to do. So, laughter yoga. Unconditional laughter, being playful, giving permission to fake it till we make it. So as I said, if you're watching today and you don't feel like you have reason to laugh, just open that door a little bit and say, I'm willing to try this. Okay? Now, the body can't tell the difference between laughing, which is related to laughing because something is humorful or conditioned, and laughing which is intentional. We get the same great benefits. For those of you who may have visited the comment stream on this event page earlier on, I had 2 little links up for PDF files that you could open so you could get an over of what is laughter yoga and what are all the benefits. I'm not going to take the time to go into all of them, but the old cliche, laughter is the best medicine, really is true. When we do this activity of sustained laughing, intentional laughing for 10 or 15 minutes, there are just a slew of physiological changes that occur within the body, which then shift our perception, our mood, our the way our consciousness is operating, and the degree of comfort that we can feel in our body. So, Susan, you have done laughter yoga with me before, correct?
Yes.
And Tracy, have you ever done laughter yoga anywhere or with me?
On a hangout, I think it was the first hangout I ever met you in. You kind of explained who you are and what you do, and when it came around to the Q&A sort of thing, I asked what it was, and you walked us through about 4 or 5 minutes. I don't know if you remember that. But I have done some research. There is no laughter yoga going on in Taos, New Mexico, so I just get it through your hangouts.
Okay. Well, I'm surprised to hear in the state of Taos, Arizona, that there's no laughter yoga. But there are a variety of sources to find local laughter yoga clubs. One of them is www.laughteryoga.org. And when you go, that is the parent organization for laughter yoga, founded by Dr. Madan Kataria in 1995. And there, there's a search capacity in there for laughter clubs. There is also a really good registry at laughteryogaamerica.com. That's by Laughter Yoga and Laughter Wellness Master Trainer Sebastian Gendry. That's Laughter Yoga America. And I guess if you put in, just search for laughter clubs in a Google search, it'll also give you some other options. But because so many people don't have clubs accessible for them, I thought Hangouts was really a great way for people to come to experience some live laughter. So here's what we're going to do. Some of the rules are, basically, let yourself be playful. Follow along with me, the laughter yoga leader. If you were in a laughter club, we'd say, don't talk to your neighbor, just, watch and follow and laugh along. Since we call this laughter yoga, that means we balance these laughter yoga exercises with yogic deep breathing. And as we're doing some of the laughter exercises, we always say, take in a deep breath, and then as you're laughing, laugh and let all the air expel out until, like all the air is gone. Most of the planet, people on the planet walking around using only 25% of their lung capacity. So there's all this stale air hanging in there, and it doesn't come out. So when we laugh heartily, it feels good. The other thing, when I end a little laughter yoga exercise, and most of them are only like, a minute or 2 minutes long, we simply acknowledge kind of having fun by going, very good, yay. And so Tracy and Susan, just follow along with me now. Get goofy, get funky, get down, get loose, and go, very good. Come on. Up. Unmute your mics. It's time to unmute your mics.
Okay, all right.
Tracy?
I'm doing it.
Hey, okay. Okay, here we go. Very good. Very good. Yay!
Very good.
One more time. Very good.
Very good.
Very good.
Very good.
Yay! Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to warm up our giggle. Right before we do that, if you were in a laughter yoga club where we're doing the sustained laughing and deep breathing for 20, 30, 40 minutes or more, we would be giving the caveat. No new pain and no strain. Meaning, use your common sense as you do this. Hydrate often. If you feel tired, stop, slow down the rate of your activity. When you go to a laughter yoga club, you're actually moving around for some of the time. Though laughter yoga leaders and teachers, when they learn this practice, they can basically take it into any group and modify the exercises for the mobility level of the group that's there. Today, we're just going to be doing this sitting down, and that's okay. So let's get started. I want you to take a deep breath in, and then hold it for a minute, and then just do a long exhale. And then the second time we do it, we'll do a deep breath in, and we'll just warm up our giggle and laugh all the way coming out. Here we go. Deep breath in. And smile. Yeah, smile while you do it. Deep breath in. And smile. Okay, very good, very good. Yay!
Hey.
Glad our lungs are working. Okay, now let's take the deep breath in and warm up our giggle. Deep breath in. Oh my. That was good. One more time. Do this one a little bit more vigorously, okay? Deep breath in. Very good. Very good. Yay! Okay. This is a chant that I learned from a Laughter Yoga Master Trainer, Sebastian Gendry. So just follow along with me. It's a little chant. It says, acknowledge the wonderfulness of you. Even if your thinker doesn't believe it, you know what? Get into it. Let's just believe it, okay?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
I am
Am
awesome!
awesome.
Okay, now point to the screen and go, you
You
are
are
awesome! And we are
are
awesome! Okay, folks, we're now going to do a laughter cocktail, okay? It's an imaginary cocktail, and we're going to pretend that we have, like, the two components of a cocktail shaker here. And so watch me do this once, and then you can do it. It's going to go, A. because it's a laughter cocktail. Are you ready? Okay.
Okay.
So, hey. So good. You're going to have another one. Here we go. Hey. Hey. Okay, you have a little bit of extra mix. You don't want to get too inebriated with laughter, so you're just going to throw it over your shoulder. Hey, hey, hey. It's just goofy, it's just playful. Okay, now pretend we're all in the same room together. We're going to mix up this cocktail. It's going to be like a food fight, only not a food fight. We're just going to sprinkle the cocktail on each other and really make each other laugh, and then like wipe off all the dripping laughter cocktail. Here we go. Hey, hey, hey. Okay, you're all wet. You didn't quite take a laughter shower, but you definitely need a towel. So get out your towel and pretend, you know, it's gotten on your shoulders and on your back, and you're just going to go the laughter yoga chant, which is ho, ho, ha, 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 to dry yourself off. Here we go. Ho, 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 ho,
Oh,
ho. Okay, you guys are doing great. Who are watching at home or on the replay, are you having a good time? And if you're still faking it, that's just fine. Keep going. We want to keep oxygenating. We're doing this 10, 15 minutes or more. The endorphins are going to start flooding in your body. Your cortisol response is going to be interrupted. Yeah. Oh, gee. I forgot to ask you at the beginning of this program, Tracy and Susan, at the beginning of this program, if you were to rate your just kind of overall stress level on a 1 to 10 level, what would it have been? Just take your best guess. Tracy?
3.
3. Okay. And Susan?
6.
6. Okay. All right. Because at the end, we'll just ask you to check your numbers again and see if it's gone up. You're more stressed because, hey, you're on a hangout, or or if it's changed. Okay? That's what we do often at Laughter Yoga Clubs. We just ask people, make a self-assessment before and after. Really notice your level of tension, stress, joy that's present in your body. Okay, let's do now what's called silent laughter. I always like to include this in a Laughter Yoga program because if you are anywhere and you're having a bad day, you're at work, you're shopping, you know, you've just gone through the checkout line and you had to wait a long time and you're stressed, or, you know, something else that you have no control over happened in your day and you're stressed. What can you do? Well, you might not want to be bursting out laughing out loud in the middle of a bunch of strangers, but you could go into a quiet place or a bathroom and you can do silent laughter. It goes like this. Take a deep breath in. The deep breath in and then silent laughter without, you know, without the vocalizing until all the air comes out. It really helps. It's an intentional thing. Do it again with me. Breathe in. remember when you were in a child, you might have been in the library or a hospital or a church and you saw something funny going on and you weren't allowed to laugh, you know, socially inappropriate. You laughed like that, okay? Folks, you can do this anytime. Laughter is the best medicine. If you do this, it will shift the way your stress response is happening in your body. Okay, let's do another one. It's springtime, and you happen to look out at your lawn. Well, Stacy, you're in, or Tracy, you're in Taos, New Mexico, and maybe you don't have lush lawns there. But out in the east, you know, the lawns get green, and the dandelions are already coming on up. So you look on out at your lawn, and it's like, it's Dandelion City. So you go, ah! Come on, laugh with me. It's the circumstances. It's what it is. But then you're willing to get into appreciation laughter because you look outside and you see, the flowers are blooming, hyacinths, tulips, or, you know, forsythia blooms. Things that the color and the fragrance just make you feel good. So let's do appreciation laughter. We just go, deep breath in, We're looking out at the beautiful expression of spring. Breathe in, appreciation laughter. To which I'm going to say, very good, very good. Yay! Okay, and now let's alternate this with floral breath. Just imagine, you know, out in your garden or someone has given you some flowers with a wonderful fragrance. So what does that fragrance make you do? It makes you smile. So take a deep breath in, smile to the thought of a beautiful fragrance, and then just smile and laugh. Floral breath. One more time. Very good. Very good. Yay! Okay, so back east, you know, in suburbia, where, as I said, the grass is growing, the dandelions are shooting up. Last week, my husband already had to get out the lawnmower. So, just imagine, if you were in a laughter yoga club, they very well might do lawnmower laughter. And lawnmower laughter starts out with pulling the pull cord to start the gas mower. Okay, it might not be ecologically friendly, but you have a gas mower until it dies. You're not throwing it away. Okay, so your gas mower, you're going to go, just think about it. When you start a gas mower, it's kind of like, ha! Yeah, we get caught up doing all kinds of things in Hangouts. Okay, it goes, ha! Ha! And then you just laugh as you imagine going around your lawn, cutting the lawn. Okay? This is lawnmower laughter. Here we go. Do it with me. Let me hear you. Ha! 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 I love the grass. Oh, there's more. Very good. Very good. Yay! And now allergy medicine. You're kind of allergic to grass smell, so you're gonna laugh and you're gonna kind of sneeze. So it's gonna be achoo, ha 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 ha. Achoo! Deep breath in. Achoo!
Oh, this is fun.
Very good. Very good.
Good.
Yay! Okay. So we have finished noticing the lawn, take care of cutting the lawn. We've been enjoying some of the flowers. And after we've put away our lawnmower, we walk by the mailbox. So let's walk to the mailbox and open up, and we see that we have one of our credit card bills. We open it up, and of course, we're just going to laugh at the amount that we have to pay on our next credit card statement. So here we go. I bought all those things. How am I going to pay for this? Oh no! I have a late fee. Take a deep breath in. You have another piece of mail. You open it up. You just got a check, a windfall for $1,000. It was someone who owed you money and you never thought you'd get it. Very good. Yay! Okay, let's shift gears. Let's hold the world in appreciation. It occurred to me earlier today, because there are so many floods and tornadoes happening around the U.S. anyway, there are people right now who are really suffering. And let's just take a minute and hold them in our hearts as we just smile and offer them the blessing that in the midst of the chaos and the crisis going on, they can find some little thing to be appreciative about, okay? And we hold them in this blessing and we just smile and embrace them, dare to think we can connect with our intention of love to them. So just take a deep breath in. Deep breath in. Deep breath in. I bring this up because I know laughter yoga leaders and teachers in the world that share laughter in places where there is trying circumstance, illness, devastation, poverty, loneliness. One of them is Susan Dustin in Thailand, and she works in settings helping people where a lot, and children where a lot of difficulty is going on. And I know laughter yoga leaders that work in hospitals or work with cancer patients going through chemotherapy or radiation. And they might have a circumstance going on where they feel they have nothing to laugh about. But yet, when they do this practice of intentional laughter, practice laughter, and they experience a human connection with another, they can begin to feel that joy again. So, let me just shift right now and ask Tracy. You know, can you think of some environments with people, communities of people, where they probably could need, you know, to open up to laughter more than they do? Can you think of some places that seem particularly stressful and maybe stuck in some of the ways that they, you know, that they might be looking for solutions or don't even look? Any come to mind for you?
You know, I think the general population as a whole needs to understand that there is an alternative to living in the fear and living in the misery. If they would turn off their TV for a few minutes, and I'm not an advocate against TV, but there's so much negativity coming at them that if they would, even in the commercials, if they're going to watch incessant CNN or the news, maybe in the commercials they can laugh so that what they're seeing doesn't affect their whole path of thinking, and it gives them some hope. And just like we did with the credit card bill, if they saw the news clip and laughed during the commercials, it would show them that there's a better way to think and there's a better way to process. Yes, be informed, but if you can figure out a way to break the misery that's being put at you. And I don't know why that came up. My community is huge in healing ourselves. We had a tragedy happen yesterday, Tuesday, and we're all going to gather in the place where the tragedy happened and do a prayer circle and a cleanse and a smudge. And you know, when is it? I guess I should ask during this, because I thought about bringing laughter to that prayer circle and that cleanse and that sponge and that release of spirit, but I don't know enough about laughter therapy to say, hey, do you guys want to take a deep breath and have an intentional giggle for such a somber occasion? So I guess, you know, in that questionnaire, when is it appropriate and when is it not?
The answer that comes up for me related to your circumstance or your gathering tomorrow is you might just simply kind of pose this question or make this statement. I bet each of you have had an experience where you were crying so hard, kind of when you were finished crying, you found yourself so relieved, and then you found you were laughing. Or vice versa. You were laughing so hard, and as your body had this emotional release that was going on during the laughing, it somehow just dissolved your defenses, and then you were easily moved, you know, you were able to move into the place and be compassionate with yourself and just cry. Both activities, hearty crying and hearty laughing, involve some of the same thing. It's this expelling of air from the diaphragm. I mean, if I'm pretending to cry right now, it is very close to this thing of laughing, and there's a very fine point where one can shift into the other. And the truth is, it's not like we're just supposed to be positive all the time. What I'm coming to really understand about awakening to the fullness of the human condition is we really have to accept and embrace ourselves within every emotion that is there in the human dimension. The trouble that often happens is we get stuck in the story. And instead, if we kind of drop the story that's going on and just let ourselves feel the emotion, we can be much, much healthier. So I guess what I'm saying to you is this is a tragic time, but yet, you know, we have much to appreciate about this person, this circumstance, our community of friends and support that we have. Let's take a moment to just deep breath in, smile, and have a big exhale. And then if we want, just warm up our giggle. And just, you know, let everybody make eye contact. And what you're giving permission to do is saying, you know what, no matter what the story is, we are connected by these human emotions of grief and joy, and they're part of the whole human spectrum. But if in the midst of the challenge and the tragedy, if we can remember, I particularly feel, you know, difficulty or lost or despairing because I'm stuck with a thought, I'm stuck with a story, and I truly don't see the whole picture. If I laugh, if I breathe, it might get me back into a place of balance where then my reason, my intuition, my mind, my heart can join together, and then I'll be more in that place to know what to say, what to do, how to act, to use my hands, my body, and then in, you know, in a meaningful and purposeful way. We're at 9:51. Susan, let me just give you an opportunity to make any comment relative to this, and then I want to shift on over to talking about World Laughter Day that's coming on up this weekend. Susan, do you have any questions or comments relative to what we've been talking about?
Yeah, I wanted to comment about what Tracy was talking about, sort of being in a tragic place. I've been to quite a number of funeral parlors, and usually when the person is older and is expected to pass, there's a lot of laughter and there's a lot of smiling and that going on, because people who haven't seen each other for years, maybe decades, are coming into the funeral parlor, and even though they're sorry about the person's loss, there's also a lot of joy. And even as a child, I can remember going to funeral services and seeing so much love there that I couldn't help but smile and even perhaps giggle, because it was just so beautiful to have the families and the support that I was seeing, you know, through the passing. So that's good, and I hope, you know, if something happens that I pass, that people would feel the same way. So so that's what I wanted to say. And you know what they call an Irish wake, you know, where, you know, they set the coffin up with the person there and they toast them or something and they have a good time, you know, around the casket. I mean, I would rather do that than accidentally be buried, you know, or embalmed when I was still halfway alive. I'd want them to set me up and like really toast me and make sure the old girl's dead, you know. But anyhow, that's just my thought about laughter in times of passing.
So again, at the end of a time period, you know, a chapter in life, or at the end of a whole life, it can be those moments when there is a transition happening where we can look back in places of appreciation. And sometimes, again, these transitions that might appear to be tragedies are ways where people can come together. And in these moments where laughter is shared, where appreciation and gratitude is allowed to bubble on up into the forefront of the human mind, you know, the spirit bubbles on up, we feel better. We feel better when we make these laughter care connections. Now, laughter yoga is, many people learn it through public laughter clubs. And laughter clubs emerged in 1995. There was this medical doctor, Dr. Madan Kataria, who had learned that in some of the first scientific research being done on human laughter, he thought, you know, wouldn't it be fun to get people together in the parks in Mumbai and laugh? And so they did. He gathered some people together, and they started out telling jokes. Well, that kind of worked for maybe 5 or 10 days. More people gathered, but then the jokes got kind of stale, or they got raunchy, and a couple people said, I don't think I'm coming back. And so Madan Kataria looked into this research about laughter, and he discovered the body can't tell the difference between laughter that's elicited, because of social conditioning, and laughter that's just done, fake, intentional, on purpose. And so he and others that were gathered just started creating these, goofy practice laughter exercises. More and more people learned about it, the media got a hold of it, and before you know it, there were laughter clubs springing up all over the parks in Mumbai, India. It spread from there to now. It's almost 20 years later. Laughter yoga is practiced in over 70 countries. There are something like 7,000 public laughter yoga clubs, and laughter yoga is being taken into businesses, medical centers, schools, senior centers, and communities. I mean, why? Because laughter is this universal human language. It's in schools. There's a school system, I'm not sure if it's Montreal or Toronto. They are doing laughter yoga with their students on a regular basis. In India, it's very common for laughter yoga to be included in the curriculum of students. So it's going all over. In 1998, just a couple years after Dr. Madan Kataria, birthed the laughter yoga movement, he founded this World Laughter Day on the first Sunday of May. And so it indeed is coming up this Sunday, May 4th. And there are groups all over the world, laughter clubs, community groups, which are going to be doing things publicly. And if you go to www.laughteryoga.org, click on the events page, you'll see some of those listings, and there might even be one near your own community. But since I have been learning how to do hangout programs, it was just a few weeks ago that I communicated with Dr. Kataria, and I said, any chance you would like to invite viewers from around the world to gather together to laugh on World Laughter Day? He said, what a concept, let's do this. And so on Sunday there will be 3 hangout programs, each an hour long. Dr. Kataria is going to participate in 2 of them, and there will be laughter yoga leaders, teachers, and luminaries from all over the world joining together, leading folks in laughter. So if you come to my website, which is www.yeslaugh.com. If you go to the World Laughter Day page, you can find out all about the schedules for these hangouts. You can view the programs from my YouTube page. My last name is Nieberding. Here's how you remember Nieberding. It's like the Mickey Mouse Club song. Nieberding, Nieberding, Nieberding. Nieberding, like I before E, except after C. So if you go to the Elaine Nieberding YouTube channel, those programs will be live streamed. And of course, if you're on Google+, you will receive some notices from me and can watch from the event page. Anyway, that's the promo on World Laughter Day. Anybody watching, please send around my yeslaugh.com page. So that's the easiest way for people to get information on it. And let's get the whole world laughing. Let's wake up to human connection, to what Dr. Kataria says, world peace through laughter. And I'd like to end up with, just like John Lennon said, all we are saying is give peace a chance. I'd like to add just a variation on that. All I am saying is give laughing a chance. For those of you who've watched this evening, assess yourself. Did you feel different after doing some laughter yoga? I bet you did. Let me just do a quick check-in with Tracy. You were at a 3, which was pretty mellow and chill to begin with. But if you had any stress, did the number change, or did you feel different?
I don't know if my stress number changed, but I tell you, I feel absolutely fantastic. It's like I mean, it's pretty late for me, and I know 8 o'clock isn't late, but it's pretty late for me in my world. I'm normally in bed reading by now, and I feel like I want to keep the day going and stay energized. So I feel fantastic. It was wonderful.
I want to thank you, Tracy, for being willing to, do laughter yoga in front of the world and viewers, and just put yourself transparently out there. Susan, any comments about your own experience before and after doing it?
Well, I was starting to feel good right before I came on, actually, because I got this chain for 70% off at Kmart. So I was pretty happy sitting down here, but I'm feeling even happier, and I'm feeling a lot of gratitude, too, to you and to the whole process and to life, and I just feel gratitude, so... I don't know if that's less stress. I mean, it's probably less stress,
Well, expanded gratitude, expanded appreciation, and expanded sense of connection to everything that's going on. I mean, if it's going on, there's a reason for it to be going on. Usually if we're in distress, though, we're just not seeing the whole picture. And we open up to this larger sense of the beauty of the connection of, I'll call it the divine dance going on, we can experience more of a depth of meaning, connection every day. So, folks, please join me for World Laughter Day Hangouts. Please visit www.yeslaugh.com. And once again, I want to acknowledge Tracy Baker. Please tell us the name of your community again on Google+.
Healthy You.
Healthy You. If you're on Google+, check out her community, please. And Susan Rose, tell us the name of your website again. Street Smart Nurse.
Yeah, streetsmartnurse.com is about my teaching. But I also have heartofpittsburgh.com, which is all about Pittsburgh. So since Pittsburgh's been in the news a lot and you want to know more about Pittsburgh, go to heartofpittsburgh.com.
Okay. Thank you, ladies, for your stories, your experiences, a little bit about your background. Thank you for taking the time to explore unconditional laughter. And I hope that you will join me once again, Dr. Madan Kataria, Laughter Meditation, Laughter Wellness, and Laughter Yoga folks around the world for one beautiful day, Sunday, May 4th, World Laughter Day. Thanks, everybody.